Were you there when they crucified my Lord?
Today the church celebrates Good Friday, when the Lord suffered and died for our sins. Now, one question I've always had, and many people I think do, is that how can we call this good? How can the image of Jesus on a cross, suffering and dying, how can it be good? Well, here's the thesis, here's the point. That in a fallen world, love is revealed through sacrifice. Love is revealed through sacrifice. The most famous gospel passage, arguably, is from John, where it says, God so loved the world that he gave his only son. You think of St. Paul. He says, Christ loved me and gave himself for me. It's very personal, very moving. This is a deep question because the question about Good Friday being good touches on all of suffering. Why does God allow it? Why does he allow sickness, evil, and death? And it's only because something good can come from it. And in a particular way, this is only one answer, one part of the answer to the deep mystery of Good Friday, is that love's revealed through sacrifice. Think of all the experiences of love that you've ever had. From a parent, from a sibling, from a friend, from a child. In every one of them, I would suggest their love for you was made known, particularly through something they had given up, or something hard that they had done, that showed you how much they loved you. Briefly, I'll share a story. When I was a boy, I'd asked for a football, a Nerf football. The turbo football would go very far. But I came from a family with 5 kids all going to Catholic school, and there wasn't really money for gifts outside of birthday and Christmas. And I was told that, and I understood. Well, 2 weeks later, my dad came home from work, and he had the Nerf turbo football, and he gave it to me. And I was excited. I said, thanks, Dad. I went and played. Later that day, my mom asked me, she said, do you know how your dad was able to get you that football? I said, no. He just gave it to me. She said, this is how he was able to get it. Well, my dad already worked 50 hours a week. He was a treasury agent. He already brown bagged his lunch downtown at the office. When other guys went out, he would eat leftovers. Sacrificed a lot to send us to Catholic schools. My dad held back almost nothing for himself. But what he did have every day was a handful of change that couldn't have been $1 that he used to buy his morning newspaper and cup of coffee. Well, for 2 weeks he went without that so he could buy me, his son, the Nerf turbo football. I still have that football, and it's a good football. But that football represents, it's now a symbol of my Father's sacrificial love for me. Friends, I would suggest that's exactly what the Lord wants us to see in this symbol. Not just the suffering and death for its own sake, but as a way that the Lord reveals through his sacrifice his undying love for each and every one of us. Friends, that's why Good Friday can be called good.